Okay, great. To start, the career mentoring program is a learning partnership between two people or more. I will explain this later on. And although the relationship mainly focuses on on mentee's development, of course, this can mean a personal and professional growth for both mentee and mentor. For this edition, this ninth edition, 21-22, we will have 43 bachelor students and 240 master students. For the bachelor students, this is a program without any obligation, but we recommend a minimum of 2 online or presential meetings. And for the master student, this is a mandatory model with SETSs, and we recommend no, they are obligated of having minimum of 4 online or presential meetings, and I will explain the process a little bit better and detail later on. So continuing. So the mission is to support NOVSP students in a way that inspires professional success, personal satisfaction, and responsibility to the community. And any alumni willing to help in the platform is eligible to be a mentor. The duration of the program is 1 academic year. Of course, we encourage everyone to maintain the relationship afterwards, but with a new academic year comes a new group of students that need support. The program will start in the alumni platform. The matching will happen in the alumni platform, and it's the students that invite mentors through the platform. So it's very important for you to be specific and add clear information about you in your profile. So the invitations, you can be not invited for this edition. This, don't take it personal. This does not mean that we don't need you. Every alumni is crucial and enrich the program. So, but with every year we have a different pool of students. So this means that we have a different pool of mentors. And you can also have more than one mentee. But I will also explain this during the process. Okay, so being a mentor is being someone to guide, to clarify, to listen. You don't need to have all the answers, but the idea is for you just to share what you already know and lived. So we've selected here some important topics to guide you, like share ideas and give examples from your own experience, or challenge the mentees to go the extra mile, give feedback, be honest. So just some topics, but of course that you will create the relationship and make it your own with the person or the people that you have in front of you, of course. This is a timeline for the program. We'll start today with our briefing session. Then we'll have the matching that starts today as well in the alumni platform. So make sure that you will add information in your profile. The matching will happen until January 10. Then we'll have the kickoff session with everyone, mentors and mentees. We would love to have the session in person, but we don't know how the winter is going to be regarding COVID. So we think that is going to happen online. January 13. Then we have the relationship development between January and May, and then we have the closing session in June to be confirmed the dates. Now I'm going to do a quick tour in the app just to guide you. Okay, what you should do. So this is my feed. I'm going to the mentoring area, as you can see, and I can click on settings.
You need to share again.
Okay,
it's not showing the platform.
Okay, great. I will. Thanks. Let me do it again. What about now? Are you seeing the platform?
No, still the PowerPoint. Better to stop share and share again.
Okay, sorry. We always have some technical issues. Okay. Okay. What about now? No?
Opening. It's opening.
Okay. We should have a song for this awkward silence. It's opening?
Yeah. I cannot see it. I don't know if I'm the only one, but
no, it has not. Yeah, yet. But
Yes.
just a quick thing for the ones that are just joining us. There's a lot of people joining us.
Okay.
This session is being recorded, so you can watch it from the beginning later, and fast forward this part.
Of course. I will try again. I will try again.
Yes, please do so.
Are you seeing the platform?
No.
No.
Yeah, started.
Mariana, can you try to share the platform, please? Mariana, Marta,
Yes,
or
I'll try.
Okay, great, thanks. And I can guide you and explain through my computer to yours. I don't know what's happening. So
it's not allowed. I cannot.
Maybe myself.
okay.
Okay. Wait a second. I'm sorry for this. Always technical difficulties here. Maybe me. Okay, share screen. Rita, can you see my screen now?
Yes. Great.
Okay.
Thanks,
So
Madalena.
just guide us, and I'll point to where.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. So you can go to mentoring, as I was saying. Then you click on settings. Okay, great. So here you can decide on the number of people that you want to mentor. We recommend to have just 2 mentees for you to have time for them. So after you selected 1 or 2 mentees, you can update your mentee limits. Okay, don't forget to click on that button, and then you go down, Madalena, please. And then you see offer mentoring. You can select, yeah, okay, great. Mentoring master students or bachelor students. You cannot mentor other alumni yet. So you can update your mentorship settings as well. Okay, so you're good to go. And then you can see your pending requests inside of the area of mentoring relationships. Okay, great, thanks. And Madalena doesn't have any, but it will appear like a message of a student saying, I want to be your mentee. And then you can either accept it or decline it. And then the student will receive a notification. And if you accepted the student, they will initiate your relationship. Okay, Madalena, you can stop sharing now. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry. Can we ask questions, or would you rather have it in the end?
Of course, we have now Pedro Moreira Lemos. That is a mentor that was a mentor for the first time last year, and we can start with the questions or with Pedro. Pedro, are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm
okay.
In the middle of an event, but can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right.
Do you want to share your experience?
Absolutely. I don't know if anyone has questions first, or
I have a very specific one,
okay,
a bit technical. It's about the platform you were sharing. So does this mean that if we enroll as mentor, then we should every now and then check if there are any requests, or will we get an email, something more easy to know almost immediately that we are being asked to mentor someone?
Mariana, can you help me here? Because yeah. I think you will receive an email, but I'm not sure.
Okay, great.
Mariana?
Last year, sometimes it happened that the mentor didn't receive the email. So in this case, don't worry, because what we will do is the student will let us know that the mentor is not replying to the request. So Rita will contact you directly and tell you that you have a pending request, okay? And this way you know that you need to go there. It's always good to check it once, when you can, but if not, if you do not see it, we'll let you know. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mariana.
Sorry, can I just have a quick question?
Of course.
It's only that when I go to the alumni platform website, it goes directly to my profile. So I had filled it in the past, and it only shows like the jobs board or post a job. It doesn't have like the same options as you showed.
Okay, I think I have to see that myself. So can you send me an email with your profile just to check if everything is okay? Maybe your affiliation. Are you affiliated as an alumni?
Or as a student?
Yes.
Or as a student? You are affiliated as an alumni? Okay, so just send me an email. My email is here in the presentation and we will take care of it. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, great. Thanks, Vera. More questions?
Can you share in the chat the exact address for that app?
Of course, I will share it in through the chat.
If possible.
Okay?
Thank you.
Of course. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks, Pedro. I think Pedro already shared with everyone. More questions? Or we can hear from Pedro? And maybe you can add some questions afterwards. So Pedro, go ahead.
All right. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are. I've seen a lot of destinations, so that's very cool. Good to see that Nova is becoming more and more global. So yeah, good evening, everyone from Abu Dhabi. Basically, this is my second year as participating in this program, so I think I already qualify as a veteran, at least from my perspective. No, listen, just to share a little bit the experience that I had last year as a mentor, and I have to say, what a smooth process it was, and what a fun one. So, you know, I think independently of the age gap, in the end, I think we can be very, we can become friends with our mentee very easily, and that's how it should be. So the experience that I had Ines was my mentee. It was very, it was very casual, very nice. So we scheduled some times, to have calls because of the time difference. But anyway, we had each other's WhatsApp, we had each other's contacts. At least, at the beginning, we started with the app. And then I know that the Nova team is working on it, but then we switched to other applications. Just if she had, momentaneous questions, I could answer straight away as well on WhatsApp and other platforms. So being accessible is something that makes the process smoother and easier. And you can go to a deeper level, just not that strict institutional relationship. You can create a bond which is easier than to help them out, to show that you've been there, that you face the same issues, and now you're in a position to help. So you'll try to help out the best way you can. A lot of times you won't have the answers. That's absolutely fine. And what Rita said about honesty is what I did as well. So many times Ines asked me, questions that were from my universe, let's call it, but sometimes outside of my industry. And first thing that I told her is, I have no idea, but let me get you the solution, or let me connect you to the right people. I think that's a very important point as a mentor, is to be honest, but also to connect to the right people. So when you don't know, that's absolutely fine. So I'll give a very concrete example with her. She was interested in a company that is more into beauty and luxury and fashion. And in that case, given the Nova network, I had many friends who went to that field, so I connected her to the right people in that field. And that is really helpful in the end. So that's what they're seeking when participating in this program, I believe. So yeah, in the end, as make it simple. Obviously schedule regular calls, but then why not sharing WhatsApps for just quick questions? and making yourself available. It's, you know, it's a very good experience in the end. And for you, it brings you a lot as well, because you understand, you know, what Nova is looking at the moment, because it changed a lot since I was a student there. So it's nice. So in the end, you know, I helped her out in that, but I also helped her out in other stuff like master thesis and some other regular questions that she had about geographies working here in the Emirates or in France or in other places. So, you know, you kind of participate in that. And so I think it's a very nice experience in that regard.
Amazing, Pedro. Thank you so much for your insights and enthusiasm. It's always so good to hear you. I don't know if anyone else has some questions to Pedro or to us. Feel free to ask or to share your experience as well, if you have more mentors with us today. You can always reach out to us anytime you need, of course, via email.
So I guess nobody has more questions about the process. Even if you do have, like Rita said, just reach out to us by email or by phone if you have our phone numbers. If you don't, just ask for it. And thank you so much for being here today, for your time in listening.
Apologies, I just joined a bit later, and apologies for doing that. Yeah, Valentin on here. I just wanted to ask, I know I'll be first-year mentor, just like next steps and stuff like this. Probably you've covered those, and apologies for taking the time of everybody else, but I just couldn't join earlier.
Okay, it's okay. This session is being recorded, Valentin, so you can rewatch it. And if you have any questions further, just let us know.
Oh, that's perfect. That's amazing.
I have a question. Can I raise it?
Of course.
Okay. So, is there like any typified or something kind of deliverables? So because this is indeed a great opportunity or a great sharing opportunity, but well, at least under my mindset, I'm pretty much eager to understand if okay, I'm delivering against the expectations, and obviously I can do this during all the mentorship interviews I will be having with the mentee. But if we could be given a kind of, I don't know, an idea of the deliverables we should be able to generate in the end, I think it could help us as a guideline, or even in order for us to bring some structure to these interviews and all this sharing process. So I don't know if you have this, or if you could have it in order for us to make it a bit clearer than it is right now.
Okay, as far as the perception of what the student wants or wants to get from this relationship as mentor and mentee, I would ask here Mariana or Marta. They have the direct contact with students every day, so they get the direct feedback if this is what they want or not. So Mariana, can you, or Marta, can you please help us here between what are the expectations from the student, and if there is in fact a structure that we can provide?
Sure. So the structure is what Rita presented. So we recommend at least 2 sessions that can be face-to-face online for bachelor students, because those students are younger. The kind of questions they raise are a little bit different. So sometimes they are asking themselves if they should go for a master's or if they should work first. They don't really know the differences of the different industries and different functions. So everything you can share with them is very, very useful, because most most of them don't have previous work experience. So this is the bachelor's profile. Then we have the master's profile that it's a little bit different. So you probably know that half of our students from the masters are international. So we have students that some of them don't have work experience also, but most of them have already some work experience. So they have more focused interest, like they want to understand how is this specific industry in this specific country, for instance, and that's why they will select you. They will check on the Alumni Club platform, the industries, for instance, that's the best way for them to search for mentors, and then they will read your profile to understand if the experience you have will be interesting for them to learn more about that specific market where you have your experience. So probably they will bring you proper questions, and this is what we tell them, that they need to be proactive. So the mentor doesn't need to have a structure for the sessions, because the student is responsible to do so. They need to prepare, they need to, you don't have to have all the answers also. You may send them recommendations for them to further exploration, for them to study. So you don't need to worry to have all the questions. So you will, based on your own experience, and share what you can with the mentee based on your own experience. So probably they will ask you questions about industry, about work geographies, about specific companies, sometimes about recruitment processes, because some students will be very focused on that, mainly for the summer internships. So these will be the most common questions. We have also a mentoring ebook that probably is already shared on the Alumni Club platform, where you have some tips for the mentoring relationship, so you can take a look. But honestly, every relationship is different, and there's no structure, no formal structure that you should follow. The students will have to answer after each interaction with you. They will answer a quick survey just about the topic of the interaction, what they learned from it. So very simple for us to keep tracking of the record. We can share with you also another survey, but it's not mandatory for you, of course. But if you want to give us feedback about how the process is going, you can fill it after you meet with your mentee, sorry. But it's not mandatory for you, of course. For the students, it is for them to organize the process and to make sure they are making the most out of the program. So I don't know if I answered your question.
Perfectly, yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
But by the way, if I may add, just from my experience, I think the first talk with the mentee should always be, just a casual talk, just to know each other. But then it's always good to start defining a little bit, the conversations that you'll have in the meeting in advance, for you to kind of prepare as well, because it's more productive if they tell you in advance, next time I really want to talk about recruitment process. So you'll have some time to think about and respond a little bit more accordingly, and just instead of just having like a surprise question and trying to figure out and not being sure and having to review it and leaving it for next time. So it's good, on the as like a homework to tell them, which topics you would like to discuss first, for you to prepare as well. And I think doing that makes it a lot easier.
For sure, a valuable advice here for the goal of the session. Pedro, your hand is raised.
Hello. So only for the people that was already a mentor last year, if there is any feedback from the students that we could leverage on, maybe there's something that I can do better this time than last time. I was just wondering.
Any of our previous mentors would like to step in with some feedback? Of course, the feedback was amazing, so they just want to just keep being great.
No, sorry.
No.
I was already last year, and I was wondering if the people that I mentored.
Oh, okay.
Yes, this question is for Mariana, maybe, or Marta. Yes.
Pedro, the students were very happy last year. So for the ones of you who follow our program along the years, you know that last year was the first time that students were able to choose their mentors. Before we tried to match comparing the students' interests and the mentors' experience, and we were the ones creating the matches. Last year, they were the ones choosing the mentors. So this year it will happen the same. So the student will be the one choosing you to be their mentor. So this little difference is enough for them to be highly motivated for the program. They are very happy with the mentors. They have the chance to meet with someone they really want to know and who has an experience that is very valuable for them. So students were very happy, and the feedback was overall very positive. I don't have I don't have in mind the specific feedback from your mentees, but overall it was perfect, and the students were very, very happy. So yeah, that's the overall feedback. And thank you all.
Here, Vusala, am I saying your name right?
Yeah, right.
Welcome.
Thank you for this session. It's a wonderful. I got a lot of information, and it's going to be my first time to be the mentor. I have just a little bit of the technical question just to clarify. So it's, as I understand this process, like the mentee is gonna choose you, and then you're gonna get a request. I'm not sure if there is like a limit, because I think the beginning we choose up to the which persons that you're able to mentee, and like, is it algorithm work such a way that is it like, is there is some limit, or we're gonna keep receiving, let's say 4 and 5, and we're gonna choose mentees?
One student can only choose a mentor each at a time. One mentor at a time. So it's important for you to answer the requests, because if not, they will just be waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay, so you will receive a request, and then you can either accept it or decline it. It's up to you, but you have to answer for the student can or start the relationship with you, or just to pass on to the other mentor.
And
it's good, like first come, first serve.
And if you reach the 2 mentees, so imagine that you're available to have 1 mentee or 2 mentees. Once you reach the limit, the button that we saw there, request mentoring, will disappear from your profile.
Yes.
Last year we had some smart students, because our students are very, very smart, contacting the mentors through LinkedIn and asking them to be their mentors by this means. This year we are telling them that it's mandatory for them to send requests using the Alumni Club platform, because it doesn't make sense. If you have many mentees, you won't have the time you are all very busy, and you won't have the time to dedicate to the students. So it's better to have less mentees, but at least it's a pleasant experience both for you and the mentees. So yeah, it will disappear, the button.
Okay, great. Thank you for answering.
Thank you. Any more questions, Vasco?
Hello, thank you so much. This is a great initiative. I just on the back of Vusala's question, I was so I guess they have some information about us that enable them to sort of decide which mentor is more suited for their goals. Do we have some information about them, the candidates, the mentees?
Yes, so you can check their profiles. So you have your profile and you can edit and add as much information as you can. And we say the same to students. So they should complete the profile with all the information, the masters, if they have previous work experience, they have the link for LinkedIn. So you can go there to check that. And if you want, you can ask them more questions before you accept the request or reject it, okay? If you feel that you don't have a match with a student, or that you won't be able to support in the questions that they have, feel free to reject the request, okay, no worries. Or if you don't have the time, you thought you would have, but you don't have the time, that's fine, okay, you are volunteers. So we thank you very much, all the availability you show for this program. So feel free to accept it or reject it. But yes, you will have access to their profiles also.
Regarding this point, I would just like to add that students are only allowed in the Alumni Club platform for the mentoring program and during the matching season. So Usually students are not allowed in this platform, but we allow them at this point for the mentoring program, and then they'll leave the platform until they graduate and become alumni, as all of you and as all of us. So so you have the same information profile fields that an alumni has also.
And this information that Madeleine is giving is very important, because you should define another. You can send messages through the platform, the first message, but then once you accept the student, it's good for you to define how you want to communicate. If it's by phone, by WhatsApp, by email, okay, you should change contacts and define a way of communication, because the students will leave the platform by middle of January. So it won't work through that, okay?
If for some reason, for privacy or for whatever, you do wish to remain on the platform for communication with students, you tell us and we'll exceptionally leave that student in the platform so you can communicate during the mentoring program. So it's a choice you have also. Okay. Any more questions?
Yes, one question from my side, Valentin over here. I do have a question. Is it going to be a first come, first serve basis, or they're going to have some period to choose and then they will be able to request a mentor?
So this week we will open the matching. So we will accept students to the platform, and then they will make their searches. We recommend students to do the search based on industry, because that's the easiest way for them to find alumni that can be good mentors for them. And then they will check your profiles, and when they find out the alumni that they would like to have as a mentor, they will send the request, and then you can accept it or reject it. So we have the matching processes between this week, starting this week, until January 10th. Okay, so after January 10th, we will, well, sometimes we give 1 or 2 more days when they are not, when we are having some trouble or a student is not managing to have a reply. We can give a couple of days, but then we cannot extend it too long, because the program is only between January and May, and we won't have the time to have a proper program. So yeah, until January 10th, you should check your profile and see if you have requests.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so if anybody has any more questions? Everybody good for now? We'll all be available later tomorrow and days going forward, so feel free to ask us whatever. And thank you all for joining the mentoring program. I'm sure our students will benefit very much from it. And from Nova, of course, thank you all for being a part of this and the life of the school. So I would leave you now and see you later on. Oh, Pedro, wait. Pedro has something to say.
I think Pedro is just clapping.
Okay, clapping. Thank you, Pedro.
Okay, thanks, Pedro.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thanks a lot for organizing.
So much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you all. Obrigada.
Obrigada.
Arrivederci.
I will stop recording.